guys, so today I am filming my 40 to 41 week pregnancy update. I am currently 41 weeks and 5 days pregnant, and it is Tuesday, July 4th, so happy 4th of July to all of my American friends. I am getting induced on Thursday, July 6th, so this will be my last, for sure, my very last pregnancy update, but I wanted to do this because I have noticed just different symptoms that I've been experiencing, a lot of labor, things that are like labor symptoms and signs that my body is actually gearing up. So I just wanted to make this video just in case any of you are 40 weeks or 39 weeks and you're really close to your due date and you just kind of want to know if your symptoms are at all similar to mine. I am in my, I guess it's my filming room. It's our spare bedroom. I have baby girl's high chair back there and some laundry. I know it's not gonna be like the nicest background that you guys get, but at least like it's my own little spot to film. And yeah, so hopefully you don't mind the background and all that stuff. That will be gone eventually, but you know. Anyways, so let's just jump right into my 40 to 41 week pregnancy update. So like I said, I am 40 weeks and 5 days pregnant, and baby girl is the size of a watermelon, and let me tell you, she feels like a watermelon. I am at the point that at 40 weeks and 5 days, I can barely walk. Like I am so, my belly just feels so heavy and like she's completely taken over my body. I waddle all over the place. I can't really like properly like walk. Getting up from sitting is very uncomfortable because I have loads of pressure down below, so that's really kind of uncomfortable. I had my midwife appointment last Thursday, so a week ago, and almost a week ago, and my blood pressure is still good. It is there goes my elastic. My blood pressure is still good. It was I think it was 115 or 116 over 65, which is still good, and baby girl's heart rate was around the 150 mark. I was measuring on track last week for 40 weeks, and if you guys watch my vlogs, you know that the baby is still sunny side up, so her back is to my back, which I have been doing, like sitting more forward and doing exercises on my ball to try and get her to flip. But my midwife said, you know, at this point it might just take labor to get her to flip. So we'll, fingers crossed she does during labor, but if not, we'll see, we'll make it work. So at that appointment, we started talking about induction. And I know this is like a very touchy subject and like kind of like breastfeeding, I feel like. And every person has a different opinion, and the reason I say opinion is because there are studies that are pro waiting till 42 weeks, and there are some that are con waiting till 42 weeks. There are some that are pro induction and against induction. Like it's an opinion. It's not, there's not like a fact one way or the other way. There's studies to support both. So you just kind of have to get all the information and make an informed decision based on you and your baby and what you feel in your heart is right. So for me, my midwife talked about induction. She said the earliest that they will schedule an induction would be 41 weeks. And I said I wanted to go ahead and be induced at 41 weeks. So we booked that at the hospital. So basically Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. I have to call my hospital. They only do one induction a day, so I'll be the only induction for that day. I have to call the hospital and ask them what time they're ready for me, and they'll let me know. And usually it's by 9:30 in the morning. They might tell me like right then and there at 7:30, yep, you can come on in now, we're ready for you. Or they'll tell me to come in at like 9 or 9:30 or whatever. So that is the plan. So, and I've heard some people say that induction can take longer. So she might be born on Friday, July 7th, but then other depending on your body and everything, I could have her the same day. So her birthday is either going to be July 6th or July 7th, depending on how my body responds to the induction and when she decides, or when she comes out, basically. So I went ahead with that. And yeah, so that's really exciting. I'm definitely very tired and ready to deliver and be done being pregnant. And I'm so excited to meet her. And I guess for me, the personal choice, what it really came down to for me is the fact that if I didn't get induced on Thursday, I would have to go Friday for an ultrasound to make sure that the placenta is still providing her nourishment and enough oxygen, that my amniotic fluid is still good, and that it's still safe to carry her past this point. And then I would have to go every couple of days, I think, to check the same thing. And for me, it is such a worry. Like even now, if I feel like she hasn't moved, I like go into like panic mode, and I'll drink water and I'll sit down and I'll try and poke and prod her to get her to move, because it's just more of a worry. Like, is she breathing? Is she getting enough oxygen? Is my placenta providing her with enough nutrients? And I know that they can tell that based on the ultrasound, but that can change from day to day. So I've heard of women saying that they went in and they said, yeah, you're totally fine, like the baby's healthy, and you know, your placenta is providing her nourishment and your amniotic fluid's good. And then the time that they go for their next one, their amniotic fluid is not good, and they're like, yeah, you need a C-section like now, or you need to be induced now, or a C-section or whatever. So for me, it's just less of a worry, just to have her come out at 41 weeks. I know that she's fully developed and there's no benefit to her being in there any longer. It's just for whatever reason, my brain is not signaling for my body to release oxytocin to go into labor. So that was my decision. I just want her to be healthy, and that's just what I'm gonna go with. So in terms of symptoms, starting at 40 weeks, I started to swell big time. I had no swelling, hardly any swelling. Like my rings didn't fit, but my rings were snug to begin with. And I haven't worn them in the last 2 weeks. My hands probably don't look swollen, but these are not my hands. Like they're just chunkier. And at the end of the day, my feet are at the point now, especially at, I'd say a little, like 40 weeks in like a day or 2 days, my feet are starting to like look like balloons at the end of the day. Like if I wear my thong flip-flops, you can see the indentation in my foot. Like my foot looks like a balloon, like they're swollen. My ankles are gone. I just have leg and then foot, or cankles. And that's kind of the biggest change I noticed, that once I hit like 40 weeks, it was just like, poof, like everything just kind of swelled, including my face. I don't know whose face this is. I've never had cheeks before, so it's kind of nice. But anyways, yeah, I've noticed swelling big time. The other thing, unfortunate symptom that I have that I hadn't even actually heard of, to be honest with you. I think I have a form of this. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to go ahead and say that's what it is, but it might be some other form of like a rash or something. But I might have what's called PUPS, P-U-P-P-P-S, I think. I don't know what it stands for, but basically some women get it. It's like a rash on your stomach. Basically when your stomach is stretched to the max and the skin just can't go anymore, sometimes you can develop a rash. And it doesn't, when I Googled PUPS and what it looks like, mine doesn't look it doesn't look anything really like the other pictures that I saw, because I don't have welts or anything. It's just all in under my belly button, like in the stretch marks, it just looks really red and inflamed. And if I touch it, it's like on fire, and it's so itchy. I can't even, it drives me nuts. So the past week I've been dealing with that, and that has been awful. I've heard that after you deliver, it's supposed to go away. Sometimes it can take a couple weeks. And it's funny because my mom totally forgot that she had a form of that. And she said, when I told her about mine, she's like, oh my God, I had that with you. And she said she had to be prescribed like a cortisone cream. Because it took a couple weeks after she delivered me for it to go away. So hopefully it goes away like right after I deliver, or pretty well early on after, but if not, then I'll just deal with it. One thing, if you guys do experience like a super itchy belly and you notice you have a bit of a rash and it's just a little bit more than like dry skin or pregnancy itch, olive oil has helped big time. I only put olive oil on my belly, and not only has it seemed to fade my stretch marks, but it soothes that area big time. So that's an unfortunate symptom, and probably I would say the second worst out of my entire pregnancy. Of all the symptoms you could possibly have, I would say that is like number two. Number one still acid reflux in my opinion, but number two, it's terrible. It's very itchy, so that's not fun. The next symptom, I still have acid reflux very bad. A lot of people say that when the baby drops, then, you know, you don't have as much pressure up here, but she is low, but she's still a big baby, so I still have acid reflux terribly, like every single night, and it keeps me awake. I cannot sleep whatsoever. Insomnia is insane. I could be exhausted and I just can't sleep. I'm too hot. I wake up in a sweat. I wake up and I'm soaking wet, and like there's literally sweat dripping down my chest and my stomach, and we have the air conditioning up, and I don't sleep with blankets anymore because it's just like too hot. So sleeping has been a big challenge, and I find I'm always exhausted because I'm always trying to catch up, and I'm resting as much as I possibly can now because I know she's going to be here like in 2 days. But sleeping at night's next to impossible. So that kind of sucks. The other thing that I have been experiencing big time is a lot of pressure. More pressure at 40 weeks, between 40 weeks and now, than I have had this entire pregnancy. And it's to the point where sometimes like it's very uncomfortable. Like I'll stand up and I'm like, oh, like it feels like she's gonna fall out. And sorry, I have something on my lip. And it feels like someone's literally like pulling, like yanking on her. Like it's so much pressure, which it's not painful. It's just very uncomfortable. So that's kind of the other thing that I've been noticing. And I'm still having steady contractions, either first thing in the morning or late at night. Sometimes in the middle of the day, but I would say either every day or every other day I have contractions, and they're to the point where they're uncomfortable enough that I'm like, oh, could this be the start of labor? And then they go away in like an hour. So I know that my body is trying, like it's getting ready for labor. I am still, well, I was 1 centimeter dilated at my last appointment, but I think I'm more just because of the contractions and everything like that. I have had 2 membrane sweeps, both of which have done nothing. So I don't know, my body's just not progressing that way, but it is progressing in the way that I do have contractions. I do have a lot of pressure. So if you have contractions, that means that you are dilating and the baby is moving down. But sometimes in certain women, your brain just doesn't give the signal to go into labor, and I don't know if that's my case or whatever, but so induction on Thursday for sure. So yeah, lots and lots of pressure, like very uncomfortable pressure. My appetite's been all over the place. Like during the day, I don't really feel like eating. I'll eat very little in the morning and like lunchtime, and then at night I'm ravenous and eating like everything in sight. So that's kind of funny. I have gained 45 pounds this pregnancy so far. Hopefully I don't think I'm gonna gain any more in the next 2 days, but yeah, 45 pounds this pregnancy. And yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that I've had, but just a lot of pressure and a lot of contractions that make me think I'm starting labor, and then they go away. And then it's like, oh, I'm starting labor. Oh, these are really uncomfortable. I think this is it. Then they go away. So if you're experiencing that, it's totally normal. And trust me, I'm at the point where I'm like, if I even have contractions, I'm like, I don't even entertain the thought of it being labor coming on, because I'm just like, it's happened so many times that I'm just like, they'll go away in an hour, and they always do. So I know that's very common, and a lot of women do experience that. So if you're going through that right now, I feel ya. It's very frustrating, and it can be very emotional, but you know, you just kind of have to go with the flow, and like, you know what, it is what it is. You're gonna have a healthy baby. At some point, you just have to kind of ride the wave and whatever. So that's happening. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I'm really tired all the time. I am exhausted even right now. I probably look really tired just because sleeping is really difficult. And yeah, I just want baby girl to be here. So she'll be here really, really soon. We have literally everything. We could not be more prepared for her. Yesterday we put the stroller together, her swing, her rock and plays together, her bathtub's put together. We set up the spare bedroom. Like everything is ready. Like I'm just like, we're just kind of like, okay, are you gonna come out now? And she's just content in there, and I think she's just happy, and it's not really, either not really wanting to come out or my body's just like, yeah, no, not yet. But she's getting evicted on Thursday, so I will let you guys know how that goes, obviously. The one thing I wanted to share with you, actually 2 products that I recently purchased. One I don't have here yet, but it's on the way. And I talked about it in my vlog, and I can show you a picture of it. It's called the Tranquillo Mat. And basically it's a mat. I can't really show you, but it's basically a mat. I saw it on Shark Tank because my husband and I love that show. And it's basically a mat that it's $100 for the large size. And you put it in the bassinet or the crib, and then you put the baby on top of it, and it has different motions, and it basically mimics the sensations and movement in the womb, and it can also mimic mom's heartbeat. So it's just supposed to help newborns sleep a lot better and kind of make them more comfortable. So when she does arrive, I also read the Lullaby sleep plan, which I am going to follow. So basically it's at when she's 6 to 8 weeks old, you start to get her on a sleep schedule, and then she should be sleeping through the night at 2 months old. It worked for one of my friends, so I'm going to try it. So basically I'm going to have that mat for her. I'm going to swaddle her. I have a white noise machine and pacifiers, or soothers or nannies, or whatever you want to call them. So hopefully those things will keep her nice and cozy and comfortable, and she will sleep. She is going to sleep in the bassinet beside our bed for at least the first 2 weeks. I might change my mind. I was going to put her in her crib after 2 weeks, but I might change my mind and keep her there for a couple months. I'm not sure. Obviously, easier said than done before she's here, but I might change my mind, so I'm not sure. But she is going to be in the bassinet beside our bed for at least 2 weeks to a month, I would say. And then we'll switch her to the bed. And that mat you can use right up until whenever, 6 months, I would say, to a year. So that's exciting. So that's coming in the mail soon, and I can link that down below. And the other thing I wanted to get the Owlette, and I've talked about this before, but it was $300. And I've heard just as many good things about the Snooze a Hero, which is $100. So it came in a package like this. This is what I talked about this in my last update, but I want to actually show you guys. So it's just this little device here. It's actually right here. So what it does is it clips onto the baby's diaper, and then you can put their jammies over top or whatever. And it's a portable movement monitor. So after 15 seconds, it basically monitors the baby's abdominal movement. So if there's no movement after 15 seconds, it will vibrate, and hopefully that will get the baby to breathe, because sometimes babies, when they're sleeping, apparently they can forget to breathe. And if there's no movement detected after another 5 seconds, it sets off an alarm. So Colin and I will hear it, we'll wake up, and it'll tell us that there's low abdominal movement, and obviously there's an issue with her breathing, and then we can call 911 or whatever. So it's just peace of mind. It was $100 or $120 or something like that. So that's going to go on her diaper, and yeah, I probably don't need it, but it's peace of mind. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I got mine off of Amazon, and it got really good reviews. So if you're debating on the Owlette or not, that got just as many, if not more, good reviews, and it's a third of the price. So that's an option. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for updates. The only other thing I can think of is because I feel like there's so many negative symptoms of pregnancy at this point, because you are so uncomfortable and the baby's so big and she's so heavy and it feels like you can't walk and you're waddling and you have back pain. That's the other thing I did experience, was now I have back pain on the left side, the right side. If I turn the wrong way, stand up too quick, it's really uncomfortable. I have to sit forward because if I sit back, then she pushes on my spine and I get sciatica. So it's hard because you're so uncomfortable and there's so many negatives and you're exhausted and your hormones are all over the place. But I'm gonna finish this vlog with a couple of good symptoms just to make it a bit more positive. My hair is still long and thick and growing like a weed, so that's a good thing. My skin has never been this clear. It could be the products I'm using as well because I did recently switch. So I will share that with you in another video, but my skin has never looked better. My nails, I have to cut them like every 2 to 3 days because they just grow and grow and grow and they never split. I rarely have to shave my legs, like maybe once a month, if that. So those are good symptoms. But everything else is like frustrating. So if you are at the 40-week mark, I feel your pain, I understand, and don't let anybody I've kind of learned not to read things on the internet because things can scare you and people can be like, oh no, don't do this, this is terrible because this happened to my friend. Like, everybody's gonna have a different opinion on whatever. You just have to do what's best for you and for your baby and what your midwives or your doctor recommends, and just kind of do what you want to do and just relax and try and enjoy the last little bit of pregnancy because even though it's hard and you're just so anxious to meet your baby, which I totally understand, it's not going to help getting worked up over nothing. So I'm actually, the last few days I've been going to my parents' house and we've been enjoying like barbecues and sitting outside and just having family time, and Colin and I have really been enjoying like spending time with each other and just relaxing and doing what makes you happy because you are very emotional and you want to get as much rest and quality time with your family as you can before your little one gets here. So good luck if you are pregnant and almost ready to deliver like me. And this will be my last video. The next video that I post, I'm not going to do a vlog or anything. I don't think the next video you'll see is me going to the hospital possibly. I'm not going to film the labor, but I wanted to film like going there and then afterwards. If not, then the next video you'll see is me with the baby. So yay, I'm so excited. That's my next video. I love you guys. Leave any questions or comments you have down below. Yeah, I love you, and the next time I see you, I'll be a mama and holding my beautiful baby girl. I can't wait to see her. Leave in the comments below too if you think she's gonna look like me or if you think she's gonna look like my husband, which I know a lot of you probably haven't seen my husband, but if you want to know what he looks like, I do have older, like I have a California vlog with him. Oh, my Hawaii vlog from our honeymoon, that was last October, so check that out, then you'll see what he looks like, and we'll see what she's gonna look like. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm really excited. So yeah. I totally forgot to do my bump shot, so let me just show you that. Hold on. Ooh. So that is my 40, can you see? Yeah. 40-week, 5-day belly. You can see my underwear. That's embarrassing. But there she is. I'm pretty low, but that's that. That's my belly. So yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you with the baby in the next video. Bye.